Hello fellow YouTubers and welcome to another ship request video, and today I'm looking at the Stalingrad. She's basically a very heavy cruiser. I mean, by very heavy, well, let's look at the armor layout. Okay, on the nose she's got 25 millimeters. Then she's got this icebreaker of 50 mil, which is very useful indeed. I wouldn't say she's a bow tanker anymore. She used to be a bow tanker, but there are now so many ships with gun calibers of 4.58 and above that she gets very easily overmatched through the front, much more than she used to. You can see she's got quite a complex arrangement here. 50 mil top armor, casemate, deck armor of 50 mil. Very nice to have. Okay, she has a decent sized superstructure which is farmable, but it's not huge. She's very well armored, and she has this rather exotic citadel armor that has angles on it, as you can see. Here, here, and here. Okay, if we take the sides off, you can see quite an exposed citadel. This is the sort of ship you really don't want to show broadside to the enemy with, because they will punish you with plunging shell fire. Okay. If we look at the back of the ship, actually, one of the safest things these days to do with her is to kite away. So you got 50 mil there, and then you've got this citadel here. But if you kite away and angle as you're kiting, you will ricochet a lot of shells off this. And if we put the back and the front back on, you have got this icebreaker to protect you, along with this rather curious 170 millimeter aft end armor belt. Okay, so she's still fairly tanky. She is still fairly tanky, and as long as you know where the ships can overmatch you can get away with a certain amount of bow tanking. But my advice mostly is to stand off with your long range guns and basically sail away from the enemy fleet. You get really good gun angles on these 9 guns. Talking of which, they are 305 millimeter. They have very flat shell arcs, and the shells are very fast, 950 meters a second. Very easy to aim. They're a bit like using a laser. They really are. The dispersion is tight, and the shells go 20.4 kilometers range, which is quite a lot of range for a cruiser. Okay, so you can stand off and snipe with these barrels very easily. They've also got a fire chance of 33% and a reload time of 18.5 seconds, which is very nice indeed. I wouldn't say she's a HE spamming fire farmer particularly, but I would say that the AP is nasty, but when you can't use it, the HE is pretty strong. Airstrike wise, she gets 2 attack flights to a range of 8 kilometers, and the max bomb damage being 4,900. Her AA defense is quite substantial, but in today's meta won't really make an enormous amount of difference, but you will shoot planes down with her. Okay, maneuverability wise, this is where she shines. For such a heavy cruiser, she's actually very fast. Dreadful turning circle radius, battleship levels of turning. 1,130 meter turning radius. Okay, that's pretty bad. But she can do 36.8 knots, which is really good. Her rudder shift is 12.5 seconds. Concealment wise, not so great. 14.2 kilometer concealment, so battleship levels of concealment. How have I equipped her? In slot 1, I've gone with main armaments modification 1 to look after her powerful guns. Slot 2, surveillance radar modification to increase the uptime of the radar. She has this wonderful 12 kilometer radar with a consumable action time with that buff of 24 seconds. Very useful for gathering information about where enemy ships are and maybe catching the odd destroyer out. Okay, very strong. In the 3rd slot, to enhance her already very good guns, I've gone with aiming system modification 1 to improve the dispersion. And then in slot 4, propulsion modification 1, because yes, you will want to accelerate away from trouble pretty fast, so a must pick. Then in slot 5, concealment system modification 1 to get her already ridiculously bad concealment down as much as possible. And then finally, main battery modification 3 in slot 6 to bring those crazy guns reload down even further. Okay, so let's look at the captain build. What I've gone with here is gun feeder, then priority target, because it's very important to know how many ships are aiming your way. Okay, and if people have put torpedoes in the water, this will tell you that as well. Very useful to have. Then after that, we go with adrenaline rush, and then we go with concealment expert. That's your first 10 points right there. Then superintendent to increase the amount of consumables, so you get an extra radar, an extra heal, and an extra AA, well, defensive AA fire. And then I've gone with survivability expert. But then after that, personally speaking, I will probably be going with top grade gunner next, because that brings our already crazy gun reload down even further. Because those guns are crazy. They're very good, and the faster they reload, the better, really. Alright. And then I'm going to finish off my build with grease the gears, because the turret traverse on these, if I remember rightly, yeah, 41.4 second turret traverse, which is battleship levels of turret traverse, so I just want to improve on that. However, that said, you might find RPF useful, give you an idea of what direction the threat is coming at you from. Okay, so you can have your guns lined up when you pop your radar button at the closest target. If it's a destroyer, that might save you some time, because it's all well and good popping your radar and going, oh, there's a destroyer over there, but if your turrets are 90 to 180 degrees pointed in the wrong direction, it's going to take a while before you get them to your target. And of course the issue right there is you don't have time, because the radar is only up for 24 seconds. So to maximize that, RPF is quite useful. Okay, so a couple of choices there to make. Right, let's take this bad boy for a spin. Okay, the map's Sleeping Giant. I'm in the Stalingrad, which is a wonderful Russian heavy cruiser, radar cruiser. We've kind of had to adjust our play over the years, because she's still strong, but nothing like as strong as she was when she first arrived on the scene. There are a lot more things to consider and worry about now in the game. So I'm with a Shimakaze, a U-2501 and a Bungo. Okay. And the Shimakaze on my left is going backwards. Okay. I want to camp that corner of the island, the donut, because that's a really good spot for a radar cruiser. So I'm just letting my team know that's where I'd like to be. And God help me, I've got team chat on. So we'll see what happens. Honestly, randoms these days are pretty toxic. But we'll see how it goes. I'm not a big fan of random anymore. I spend a lot of time in competitive. And, or ranked, as you might know it. And I do the occasional operation, and I like the funny game modes. Perilous Route at the moment is actually quite good fun. Probably do some Perilous Route videos at some stage, just for the lols. Okay, so what I'm hoping is that the U-2501 will spot for me, since the Shimakaze is still going backwards. Look at this guy. He's at B2 and still going backwards. The Bungo is moving across to mid. That's not good. And I want to camp this corner, and it looks like I'll be doing it on my own. With a little help from U-2501, so we're going to get outnumbered. You, sir, are an idiot. Honestly, we could have done with a Shimakaze on this flank. It would have been so much more useful. Okay, I've got 3 people targeting me. Somebody just launched torps. You see it flick from a 3 to a 2. And then back to a 3 again. On the priority target, where it says detected. Now I've gone up to 4. So 4 people have got me. Okay, they've got a lot of ships here. That's what I've determined from that. And yeah. Okay, so let's try some AP on the curve first with these 305mm guns. Lovely flat trajectories. I don't think I'm actually going to get to show this ship off in this match particularly well. And they've got a tromp. Oh goody. Shoot down as many of those as we can. And skabooey. Anchor buoy. And almost, we're up to potential damage of 768,000 damage. Oh my god. We've done 20k to the planes, and we've spotted for 9,855. Probably, mostly that was probably from the bungo, although the Conqueror might have joined in. Meanwhile, our Shimakaze is coming back into play, and our U-2501 is fighting for his life. He's got 1, 2, 3 loads of ASW being landed on his head, and he's heading back up the map. As you can see, they've got almost half their team here. If you look at my mini-map, you can see that. There's a Minotaur about to take the corner. Not sure, it's probably a smoke Minotaur. Got radar Minotaur, what else have they got? Yeah, okay. So the Tromp and the submarine are over, hiding behind the island. Over on the right. And we've lost our Tromp. Just like that. It's going to be one of those matches, isn't it? Okay. Shimakaze refuses to spot, so I'm abandoning the flank at the moment. I think I might loop back to it though. I might loop back in. Yeah. Yeah, apparently you get reported for abandoning a flank when your Shimakaze only knows one direction, which is backwards. Honestly, some of these people got to screw loose. Okay, our Zhao took out the Minotaur, but he's left himself in a really bad place. He's gone into the middle of the donut. And he's out of position. I guess he was hoping for us to push his flank, but the Shimakaze fled. And now the Zhao thinks he's doing us all a favor when he's just going to get himself death struck by that Columbo. I mean, he got the Minotaur, I'll give him that. Yeah. No, I wasn't impressed with that play at all. So, the Zhao torpedoes a Columbo. Whoa, I'm shocked, right? So, bad play from the Columbo as well. He knew the Zhao was there, he knew the Zhao had torpedoes, and yet he walked straight into that one. Okay. What a hero that Zhao is, right? What a hero. I'm really annoyed with our bungo, and I'm really annoyed with our Shimakaze, but the person that let us down the most here was the Shimakaze. Look at him. He's gone off to E6 now. I think the bungo would have stayed had the Shimakaze actually spotted for us. The irony is the Team Red have abandoned the flank and left the U-4501 to his fate. So we're going to put some shells down on him. Tromp's moving into A, chasing our U-2501. And so far I've tanked 1,343,900 damage. Yeah. Yeah. Constantly being harassed by the Tromp. And of course that submarine's going to light me, so I'm just backing up. I think he's about there. Just follow the oil slicks. Don't really want to get torpedoed by him. There we go. Yeah. There's another oil slick. Depth charges. So he's going to be around about... Oh, there. Yeah. Judging by those oil slicks, right? Yep, 2 more pens. Okay. Any more oil? No. But the Conqueror got the U-4501. Okay, Conqueror got him. Okay, good. And the Tromp is on A as we speak. Okay, radar on. Tromp is leaving A. Good to know. And your radar can tell you a lot of crucial information. We've got a hull sat at F7. Okay, Henry is moving away. Kurfürst is moving away. We should be able to get some shots on the Kurfürst. Don't see why not. Turret rotation is slow. Meanwhile, I'm being constantly harassed by the Trump. Let's go for the hull. Yeah, 3 good hits. All over pens, of course, because I was using the AP. Should have used the HE, really. And another attack from the Trump. Okay. So, almost 2 million damage tank. Gonna fire on the hull again. Two 2,082,500 damage tanks so far. And the Trump's trying to torpedo me. Prospective torps from the Trump. See if we can catch him. We're doing what, 35.9, 36 knots. So, oh god, I'm going to get clipped by one of those. Okay, fine. And Trump's just round the corner. He's here somewhere. I'm expecting more pattern bombers, so I'm not going to repair the flood. Because I suspect the Trump's about to set me on fire, so... Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Put those out. Okay, radar's off cooldown, and there he is. It's only a short burst radar. It doesn't last very long, not like the Minotaurs. It lasts over almost 50 seconds. We get 23 seconds of radar, something like that. Using the HE. Caught him with 1 shell. More torps coming in. Got to be a little bit careful because the Trump has torps and pattern bombers. He's a bit of a prickly foe, to be honest. Okay, going to continue to pursue him. And then I think I'm going to turn her right round and head into A. We might as well get a cap out of this because we're only 1 cap for their 3. See if we can get this cap. I'm giving up on the Trump. I think he's just going to monkey around with me in open water and it's going to be really boring. Ah, missed with those. Probably because I did a drastic shift of course. Surprised he didn't predict that I went in the way, to be honest. More pattern bombers, because we love pattern bombers, right? I think we can outrun these. Yeah, pretty much. Not a scratch. The problem with using pattern bombers on something like a Stalingrad is my deck armor is very, very strong indeed. He'd have been much better off switching flanks and going for our Conqueror or our Kurfürst, or going mid and camping those islands, farming battleships all day long. That would be ideal for him with his pattern bombers, or softer targets than the Stalingrad. Picking a Stalingrad is not a good idea. I mean, he has done me a little bit of damage along the way. 3 million potential there. 3,217,100. Let's see if we can get this Kurfürst. Can we AP him? Here we go. 3 non-pens and a ricochet. They didn't hit the superstructure today. They kind of ricocheted off his plate. His plated side. He turned into them and broke the shells. Okay. Also detected me. Probably the hull. I imagine it's a hull. Yeah, it's a hull. Yeah, hull detected me. Okay, that's a nice thing about having radar, I guess. You can figure it out. Okay, we're going to fire on these planes from the Trump. The hull's quite well camped behind that island. Yeah, he's using the island for cover. Thought as much. And the problem with Stalingrad's railguns is they're quite flat trajectory, so it's very hard to hit targets that are behind islands. Very hard indeed. Okay, let's see if we can finish this guy off. About there. Oh, he's low health now. Yeah, we should get him. Pop one through the nose. Yeah, good. Okay. And we're just going to hang around this cap because the Trump might come north and try to retake the cap because they're now behind on points. We're 709 to their 638 and we're in the lead. So they need another cap and they need another cap now. So I'm going to stay on A and see if they try to retake it. I'd like to give the Trump a nasty surprise. I really would. As for you, Mr. Shima, what the f are you doing right now? What are you doing? Going for a Sunday stroll across the sea line? Your Minotaur needs you. You should be spotting for them. You should be trying to spot that U4501 for them. The hull. I can't imagine what is going through that player's mind right now. Honestly, he's definitely on something. I need that Shima to spot C. To spot the Trump for me. I mean, honestly, I pinged the map about a gazillion times. And he just sails off towards D. God. We'll have a pot shot at the hull. I don't think we're going to hit him from here. Anyway, the Trump never turned around, never came north. And we've only got a minute to go, so... Yeah, right. Trump's just appeared on the mini-map at G7. I see. So he's joined the hull down there. This game's a loss for them. Team Red have lost. If Team Red stood a chance, they needed to take one cap back off us, and that cap would have been the one I've been sat on. I've been camping A, because basically if I give A up, we lose. But Team Red never did anything about it, which is a real shame. I'm trying to do a video here, you know. Trump got our curve first. Of course he did. Of course he did. And Ashima seems to have come back now and is hiding with his knees knocking behind the Minotaur. Wow. Honestly, that guy is so blacklisted. I just don't understand play like that as a destroyer main. If I'd spawned where the Shima spawned, I would have been lighting targets on the 1 and 2 line for my team and trying to capture the donut and deny the enemy team the donut. Where I am right now, I call this the donut. It would have been easy to put torpedo walls out and stop enemy ships from turning into A. I could have literally closed down the channel with waves of torpedoes and spotted for my team, got lots of spots, lots of torpedo damage, and I could have eventually taken A. I had a Stalingrad that would have been happy to support me and with radar, and everything would have been golden. But no, our Shimakaze decided to spend most of his life north of the sea line for some bizarre reason. Wow, just wow. So, top 20% finish. Funny. 500,000 credits earned. Really low damage game. 1,718 XP earned. I did tank over 3 million damage from the Trump. That was mostly the Trump with his pattern bombers, which is kind of funny. Stalingrad's are pretty pattern bomber proof, to be honest. Not the best targets. There's the damage spread. Pretty boring. There's the credit spread. Again, pretty boring. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, we're on the Faroe Islands. It's domination mode, and I'm in the Stalingrad again. And hopefully this time it won't be quite so fucking messed up as the last match, right? I hope not, anyway. Let's see how this goes. Right, I've headed all the way across to this island here. And we're just going to use this island to do some long-range sniping at the enemy fleet. I'm close to the Zorki. I can support the Zorki from back here. Something a lot of people never take into account is the fact that Stalingrad's got 20-kilometer guns. So she can take the space of a battleship. And it's a good idea in this meta, this current meta, not to push in early. Because if you push in early, someone like the Yamato there would just overmatch you and sink you. They've got a Yamato on this flank. They've got a Wisconsin. They've got an Azuma. There may be other ships in the area that I'm not even aware of. So we're just going to hang back. There's a Dalarna. Yeah, so they've got a torpedo destroyer there. That's a scary boat, that one. It's a scary boat. got decent guns as well. But you can see you don't really struggle to hit things. They do try to dodge out of your way, but we just scared him off so the Zorky can cap. And the Yamato's just sat there. I think he's going backwards, so we're shooting to the back of his ship, because by the time those shells get there, they should hit him midships, hopefully. Yeah, 6 hits. 3 shatters, 3 pens. Okay. No fires. Okay, there's a Wisconsin. And we just juke those shells? Yeah, cool. And that's a nice thing about the Stalingrad. You can juke shells from this range. As you can see. Just by varying your acceleration. Accelerate forward, stop, go backwards, stop, go backwards again, stop some more, go forward, stop. You get the idea. Try and be random about it. Don't get into a pattern. And it should throw people's aims off. And then they get bored, and then they stop shooting at you. Okay. Dalarana. Back on the scene. Zorky's still trying to cap. He's in a good position, the Zorky, actually. He's out of line of sight. Backed up on those islands in that corner. That's a good position. Kremlin's moving into a forward position. That's good. Got the Alaska forward. So we've got 2 radar cruisers over here, which is more than adequate. Too much, in fact, if anything. It's a shame the Alaska didn't go see, but okay. And I've got 3 people targeting me. The funny thing about the Stalingrad is when anyone sees a Stalingrad, they immediately think, oh, radar cruiser, I must kill it. So you take a lot of attention away from your fellow shipmates. Everybody wants to shoot you, as you can see. They're all firing at me, which is good. That's great, because they're not firing at the Kremlin or the Alsace. I said Alaska. That's not an Alaska, is it? It's an Alsace. There isn't an Alaska in this game, is there? Okay, put me in a home. It's my time, people. Stick me on drugs and put me in a home. Okay, we're firing on the Yazuma. We've got a fire on him. Okay, I just took 3k damage. And a fire, okay. We'll let it burn. Come on in, you. Let's dance. Yeah, almost up to 500,000 on the potential. And everyone's missing all of a sudden. Funny, isn't it? Okay. You see, if the Kremlin decides to push, I can push. Right now, we've got enemy battleship pushing our cap. Yeah, the whiskey. The Wisconsin got bored, which is great. We can all focus this guy down. I bet the Kremlin will move now. Yeah, he's bow tanking on the corner of the island. Wow, 7 pens. These guns are amazing, by the way. The 305s on the Stalingrad are crazy good. Basically lasers. Okay. Start shooting at Wisconsin then, I guess. And once again, people have got bored of shooting at me, which is great. Because we're just juking backwards and forwards. Forward and back. Just gonna have a little look around with the radar in case any destroyers are trying anything they shouldn't. Nothing within 12 kilometers, so that's good. And the Wisconsin is almost toast. Yeah, you see what happens when someone pushes in on their own. I think the Yamato has decided to push in behind him. So they're literally feeding our ships. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ships here, and they're feeding us. Good meal. A good meal of Yamato and Wisconsin. Yeah. Okay, using the HE, because he's bows on. And he doesn't have the biggest superstructure, to be honest. Looking for fires here. Looking for fires. That would be nice. Lots of fires, please. Someone's got him lit, which is great. Yeah, he's already burning quite nicely. There's only really room on that model for one more fire. Hanging with a Yoshino and a Kearsarge. There he goes, the Alsace got him. Okay. Time to push. And we're what, 8 minutes in? Typically you want to spend the first 5 minutes or so doing what I was doing, and then start thinking about a push if the enemy fleet's starting to look a bit shaky. I've been a bit too cautious in this match. I think I could have taken a few more risks. But I'm going to push in now. Now that it's pretty much over, unfortunately. Another great match. I don't know what's wrong with the matchmaker lately. The random matchmaking is really, really weird. It's in a strange place. Okay, made the destroyer back off. Okay, so he's off A again. Zorki's pushing up to cap. Kremlin's gone on cap and is tanking. Alsace is moving across, looking for broadsides. And I'm pushing in at about 34, 35 knots. And we're going to get some hits. Yeah, 3 hits. Excellent. Something like that. Okay, so there's a Yamagiri around here somewhere. Okay, he's over on B. There's 2 destroyers to think about, and the devastation that's over here. And well within our gun range. Devastation's quite soft, so I think I'll stay on the AP. Yeah, almost 10k there. Nice soft battleship to farm. This is what we like. It's a shame this match is already over. One ricochet. Where did my shells go? I guess he turned in. Looks that way. Yeah, he turned in. Okay. No, you don't. He wants to know where the Yamagiri is. The Yamagiri's backed off cap. It's roughly where the Dalariana is. The Dal. Yeah. I'll pop my radar in a sec. There we go. Does that help? Yeah. Okay. The Dal is immediately turning away. He wants to get out of my radar ASAP. But at least the Zorki knows where he is now. And there's the Yamagiri. Okay. Further back than I thought. Got some good hits into the devastation though. We're doing some solid damage. Enough to get his attention. Yeah. And another 5 pens and an overpen. Good times. I just wish this has all happened like 5 minutes sooner. 10 minutes sooner. And I think I needed to be a bit braver at the start. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we got him. Good. And there goes the Dal. And we win the match. Okay. Pretty standard stuff. Pretty standard stuff. Okay. We actually didn't do as well, even though we got more damage down. We did do anything like as well as we did in the previous match because the teams weren't very well balanced. Okay. Great. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. Okay, this time we're on Crash Zone Alpha. Gonna make this the last match, I think. Unlike other content creators, I don't just play a ship for like 20 matches and then post my best 3 matches or anything like that. I also don't get favorable matchmaking. You get what you get with me. If it's a shit game, it'll get posted with lots of trolly comments from my good self. If it's a good game, it'll also get posted. I don't really care. I'm just trying to show you guys what it's like to play at the Stalingrad in normal conditions without favorable matchmaking and against typical teams during rush hour traffic. So this is peak potato land, and honestly, the things you see, just the mind boggles. Now, I'm just reversing up a little bit because I'm going to head for C. That's my intended destination in this one. We'll go C. I don't like sitting in the middle, if I'm honest. One side or the other of the map, you're going to get broadside opportunities from the enemy team, and you could get flanked and broadsided. Or dev struck, and honestly we do have quite a big citadel on this ship, so I like to hang near to or on a flank. You don't have to be right on the flank, but I'm going to keep an eye on C because we've only got 3 ships there. We've got a Ragnar, an Oregon, and a Guden Lee, or Golden Lion. I prefer to call it a Golden Lion if I'm honest. Classic Dutch pattern bomber. Cruiser. She's a lot of fun, actually. I've got one of those, and honestly, she is a lot of fun. I quite enjoy my Golden Lion, if I'm honest. That island that I'm heading towards would be pretty useful as a radar trap. We'll see if we can use that. Something's capping B, so I'm keeping half an eye on the Shimakaze. If he grows a pair and lights what's capping B, I might join in the fight. Well, I will. I'll support him. Hell, I'll even move down and radar whatever it is. Nah, he's wimped out. He's wimped out. He's pulling out. As is the other ship. He didn't even light the enemy ship, which I'm going to assume was a destroyer. It's not the Marceau, and it's not the Gearing. So if it's not the Marceau, it's not the Gearing. I guess that was the Trump. The U-2501 is at A, so I'm guessing it must have been the Trump that was lighting B. Anyway, for whatever reason, our Shimakaze has decided he's not going to bother lighting them. What is it with these Shimakaze players today? Honestly, I've got a Shima, and I'm a combat scout as far as I'm concerned. If I don't get combat scout every match, I'm not doing my job, right? I mean, you've got one of the best D-techs in the game. You've got smoke. You're fast. You got some great torpedoes. Why didn't he spot B for me? No idea. Anyway, that said, let's have a look at C. Got a Mecklenburg, a Des Moines, and an Ohio. Oh, they've got some heavy ordnance at sea. Wow, that's heavy ordnance. And a Gearing. Some great ships there. And we've got an Oregon. A Golden Lion. And a Ragnar. My money's on Team Red at the moment. Hopefully I can make a difference. I'm going to just sit here and snipe their broadsides as they show them. Because they are absolutely focused on my teammates. Where is he? There. Yeah, if he's using leg mod, those shells will not hit. Des Moines, are you using leg mod? Yeah, he's using leg mod. Oh, I just clipped the back. But yeah, his acceleration is absolutely off the scale. So that makes him very hard to hit. As you can see, I've angled. I'm not angled to the Ohio particularly well. But we'll fix that. The Ohio isn't trained on me. Priority target tells me he's looking elsewhere. So that's fine. I'm allowed. Okay, we've got 3k damage on him. Only 1 pen. Sad face. That was his broadside as well. That was his freaking broadside. Improved Russian AP angles. Come on. We should be able to get more than 3k on this guy. Let's try that again. Come on, Russian lasers. Show me what you can do. 11,270. Now that's what I'm talking about. 4 overpens and 3 pens. 4 overpens though, right? But he is behind an island, and he is turning in now. So yeah, he's presenting a hard target to me now. So I expect those to cause too much damage. In fact, they missed, didn't they? Because he turned in. He went hard to port. Okay, and we're just reversing into C. in case the gearing makes a mistake. Shima's with me. I'd like that Shima to actually go find that gearing. That would be nice. I mean, I don't get this passive destroyer play I'm seeing a lot these days. Very disappointing. But then a lot of the destroyer mains have left the game because they don't like submarines, right? And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I get that. I don't like submarines either, but I'm still here. Suffering. So they don't have to. Okay, let's see if we can get some AP into that superstructure. Not expecting too much. There we go. A little bit of damage. I'm going to try the HE now. And this is it's at this point that Des Moines will come sailing around that island and show me broadside, right? No, I'm going to switch back to AP. Mecklenburg's showing his sides. His soft, juicy sides. I do like farming Mecklenburg because they're easier to farm than Ohio's because they're squishier. Come on. Shells look good, but he did turn in marginally, didn't he? Yep, almost 10k. And this is what you can expect from these guns. They're very consistent. You can get 10k salvos around the 10k mark, sometimes 11, sometimes 12. Uh-oh. Ohio just took out our Oregon. And the Trump just took out our U-2501. And it was the Trump that was contesting B with the Shima earlier. If the Shima had grown a pair, another 7k. If the Shima had grown a pair, I would have helped him take that Trump down, and we could have capped B, and our submarine would still be alive, right? Oh well. This Mecklenburg is gagging for it. Have a 5k. 4 overpens. Okay then. Come on, Mecklenburg. Come on, let's play. He hasn't even noticed me. Someone's targeting me, finally. Someone's saying, hey, there's a Stalingrad over there. Oh yeah, so there is. I have 3 of them targeting me now. That's because, basically, they've dealt with the Golden Lion. And they've dealt with the Oregon. And now they're chasing the Ragnar. And all they can see is me. Which is fine. We're angled. And they're low health. Should be able to slowly pick these guys off. Meanwhile, our team is winning at A by the look of it, which is good. And we've got the mid. So we're in a strong position. Okay, taking some shells from the Ohio. He can overmatch me. I mean, he's got 4.57mm guns, so I'm a little scared of the Ohio, if I'm honest. But if I stay angled and change speed and mix it up a bit, I should be okay. And we should get this Mecklenburg. Ragnar's joined in. Excellent. That's good news. So he's under pressure from the Ragnar and myself. He's on fire. He's burning out. This should finish him off. This should finish him off. 9 Russian HE rounds. Boom. Yeah. Job done. Okay, so we've just got the Ohio and the Des Moines to worry about now. And I'm angled. I popped the radar in case I could catch the gearing, but he's out of range. He's very sensibly at the back of the cap. Those are gearing torps, aren't they? Yeah, I do believe they are. There's a Des Moines. And of course they're out of range because the gearing is way back. I'm going to guess the gearing's at around D8. That's what radar's telling me. My radar's telling me he's around D8. I was hoping he would chase and I could catch him, but it wasn't to be. Okay. Is the Ohio firing HE at me? Someone's firing HE at me. I know the Des Moines was. I think that was Ohio. Okay. Heavy AP. Okay, we're just gonna lead these guys merrily towards that big ball of ships. Can you see where my fleet is? They're all down at H1, I1, H2, H3. And they're engaging one lonely Stalingrad all on his own. Who's trying to bow tank best he can against a conqueror, a Schlieffen-Yadi. Sherman got him, ironically. Okay. And our Shima has found the Trump. Or the Trump's found the Shima, depending on how you look at it. I guess the Shima was hoping to get a go at the Stalingrad, but I don't know. Messy play. It is a radar cruiser, Shima. You'd have been better off spotting for me in the Ragnar, to be honest. We could have done with your eyes up at sea, but okay. You just sail around in the middle of nowhere at H8. Honestly, God. This is the second bad Shima I've seen today. And... please God. Okay, the Trump got the Schlieffelen. He's having a bit of a day, isn't he? Got a flood. I imagine he pattern bombed him. This is how it went. Pattern bombed, set fires. Schlieffelen puts fires out. Schlieffelen goes on damage repair. Torpedo hits Schlieffelen. Floods Schlieffelen. Schlieffelen floods out because his repair party's on cooldown. God. Okay, there's the Ohio. Finally. They're not in any hurry to kill me, are they? It's almost like they don't want to win this match. Let me see. 11 minutes, we win. 5-9. We just hit 600 points. Team Red is capping B. Good for them. That'll be the Trump. I'm going to head south a bit with the Ragnar. See if we can pick the Trump up. On radar, hopefully. But there's the Ohio. Oh, I've got to be careful here. Because the Ohio can overmatch me hard. So we're just going to turn out a little. An angle. And make ourselves a difficult target. Okay, we've got a fire on him and another 7k damage almost. Good. And he is firing HE rounds at me. Wow. You know you can just smash me to pieces with your AP, right? You know you can just smash me to smithereens with your 457mm overmatch, right? Apparently he doesn't know that. Okay, fine. Hoping the Des Moines will show himself with lots of juicy broadside, so switch to AP. It's the gearing that can't be. Ah, the gearing, of course. Of course, of course, of course. Is he a viable target? What's he doing? He's going backwards. Come on, guns. Come on, guns. God, the turret rotation is slow. Try there. I would have switched to HE, but I don't think we've got time. I think this guy's going to go dark. Yeah, he juked those shells really well. And I think the Ragnar's got him. Has the Ragnar got him? Yeah. Good job, Ragnar. Yeah. Okay, Des Moines time. Let's see if we can citadel this guy with the leg mod. Leg mod Des Moines. Oh, he's slowing down. I saw him putting the brakes on. Oh yeah, baby. 2 citadels, 24k damage. Oh! I wanted to dev strike him. Come on. We'll try again. Try and invisify the Des Moines. He got the Ragnar! Ragnar, no! I like that guy. He played so much better than our Shima. Oh well. Oh well. See if we can finish off the Ohio. Des Moines healing. He's healed back a lot of that damage I did on him, hasn't he? He's up to 12k health. Hey! We got the Ohio. Right, let's go to Des Moines. Let's end this. Let's end this. That should do it. Oh, of course, leg mod and he speeded it up. I just need 1 shell. Ah. Okay. Ah, Des Moines got him. Oh, the irony. Okay. So it's just their trump. And it's game 1. Yeah, you see you can cover a lot of map in the Stalingrad. That's another good thing about this ship. You can cover a lot of map. Now that was a better game. I enjoyed that one. Okay. Reasonable damage. Not the best. I've got over 200,000 in this ship before now. Not playing this game mode, mind. Okay, arms race. There you go. I'm fireproof, baby. I'm a fireproof Stalingrad. Okay. Yeah. Top 5 finish. Not that great. 56k on the Ohio. 18k of that was fires. 21k from the AP. 15k from the HE. 36k on the Mecklenburg. 34k of that was AP side farming. And of course the Citadels on the Des Moines. Yeah, baby. That was good. That felt good. 120,000 total damage, 101,000 from the main battery, 83,000 from AP, 18k from HE, and that was all fire damage, 18k fire damage. Okay. Yeah. And 40% booster on, so we made 378,000 credits. Okay, well, my name's Lone Gun, and this has been the Stalingrad in ship requests. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching. Thank you.